Hey there, fifth graders. Welcome to the Big Advanced Band. Hope you guys had a great summer. I'm so excited to be teaching you this year. We're going to go over a couple of basic things about holding the trumpet that we may have forgotten with our lost springtime in lessons in fourth grade. Making sure that we have our trumpet together easily, which I don't think will be a hard thing. We all know we have a mouthpiece and we all have a trumpet, and we want to make sure we can get a good sound out of the mouthpiece before we play on the trumpet. So this is a quick review lesson for those of you that missed your lesson this week or just want to go over it and get a little better reps on things. So we're going to take a big breath and we're going to try to exhale all of our air into the mouthpiece in 8 counts after breathing in for 1. So I'll give you a count. 1, 2, 3. So the important thing is that we make sure we exhale all that air straight and solid. We don't get any wavery, shaky sounds or any of that stuff. Let's try the same thing one more time, but this time we're going to see if we can get to 12 counts in one buzz. If you can't make it, that's okay. If you need to take a breath, that's okay too. The whole goal is to get as much buzzing, steady, solid sound as you can in one breath. 1, 2, ready. So hopefully that was successful, not much of an issue. Now we're going to make sure we can plug it into the trumpet, which should just be a simple drop the mouthpiece in. We can give it a small turn to your right as you're looking at this. It looks like the left, but you want to turn it down and clockwise. That'll help keep the mouthpiece from falling out. Don't ever hold the trumpet by the mouthpiece though, because then the trumpet might fall and you might break it, and that would be sad. We don't want to do that. Okay, so just a simple push down and turn, and let's go over our right hand posture and our left hand posture. So we want to make sure our thumb is in between the valves. And if you have a little U right here, we can put it into that U slot. If you don't have the U, that's totally fine. With your other fingers, you're going to wrap them all around the valve casings here on the opposite side. This is what it looks like from the other side. My fingers are a lot bigger than yours, so they're going to go all the way out here. But you want to make sure none of your fingers are hanging down here. This is not the correct way to play trumpet, even with just the pinky or hiding over here, any of that stuff. We don't want this. We want all the fingers in here. Now, this little ringy over here, you guys could just as easily get rid of it. You don't need it, and just put all your fingers in here. We're not going to be using it much this year, and definitely not at the beginning of the year. If you end up having your pinky in here, that's fine. If you end up needing to put your middle finger in here, that's fine too. If it comes out, just put it back in the case and keep it for later, but it's not necessary for you right now. The important thing is we get all of our fingers wrapped around the trumpet casings like this, so we have all of the trumpet weight in our left hand. We're going to build nice, strong left hand biceps doing trumpet curls this year, okay? So once you have all of the weight of the trumpet in your left hand and you're comfortable holding it up to your lips, you're going to have your right hand fingers go onto the finger, the valve. So each finger gets its own valve. We do not share valves. The fingers are very possessive. They have to have their own valves, and they don't want to give it to their brothers or sisters. So your first finger, your pointer finger, can never go on the middle valve. That's not his room. He's not allowed in there. Now, this is also important. Our pinky is going to go on top of this little ring thingy over here. A lot of people think it belongs inside, but that's just wrong. That was used when we were riding trumpet with the valves, and we needed to hold it with one hand, and we were riding a horse, and we had to be able to play while we were riding, but nobody in 5th grade is riding horses and playing trumpet, right? Or are you? Anyway, so we want to put our pinkies on top and make sure that our wrist is as far away from the lead pipe as possible. So I can't really hold this correctly and angle this right because I only have 2 hands. But this thingy here is called the wrist, okay? It's where I wear my watch on my other hand. If you're a righty, you might wear it over here. And you want this to be as far away from this long pipe as possible. This is called the lead pipe. So we're going to hold the trumpet up with all the weight in the left hand, and we want to make sure our wrist is away from the lead pipe. We don't want it crushed against the trumpet like this, okay? This is a very poor way to play trumpet. Do not do this. You want the wrist nice and open. This looks nice. Bad. Good. Bad. Good. Okay? So nice, good posture, making sure we get our fingertips on the valves. I tend to put my thumb in between the first and second valve on the lead pipe. So here's my first and second valve, and here's that long lead pipe we were talking about. I put my thumb under here so it kind of slots into the ring. You can also put it in line with your first finger. How do I finagle this angle thing to go straight in so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? So straight over here. I don't really care where your thumb goes. It needs to go on the lead pipe somewhere that's comfortable, but the goal is, again, fingertips on the valves and your wrist away from the lead pipe. Okay, so this is what you should look like, but, you know, shorter and younger and maybe female. So if you can do all that, then great. And we're going to try playing just the note G for 8 counts in one big breath. All right, so we want to take a nice big breath with our bellies, filling up from the bottom, and playing just the note G, which is open, and holding it out for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3... That's your whole lesson for this week. Practice it. If you're ready for more, awesome. I will see you next week.